Hey, what's up, everyone? So, back playing some Twilight Princess. I left you last with me calling in my hawk, but then I juked it and I faked it, and then I left the house. So I'm back and trying to make more progress, trying to make more headway. So here I go. I played through this already before, so I'm just trying to do it again. I really, like I said before, I really enjoyed this game, so I just wanted to relive the magic, if you want to call it that. I call it magic. Other people would like to call it video game stuff, but video games are kind of like magic. And, when I first played this beginning part of the game, actually took me a really long time to figure out. I don't know, it was just me being slow, not knowing where to go or what to do, or if it's just me just liking to explore the worlds too. I like to see every nook and cranny and do everything that I can, and so that usually ends up with me being kind of lost or just kind of wasting a lot of time. And this lady was actually missing her basket. I think it's I don't remember. But anyways, she wanted it back, and one of those little monkeys that they had mentioned earlier in the game stole it. So I was being kind and I returned it to her, and I tried to walk the same pace as her, but I couldn't find the sweet spot on the analog stick on the nunchuck. And speaking of which, the nunchuck sensitivity is awful. I wish Nintendo would do something about that. They need to give it a little more pressure sensitivity, or make it a little easier, or I don't know. They need to do something to it. It's a little late now because it's kind of old technology that they will use for the next 10 years. But from what I understand and from what I have experienced so far with the Wii U, I don't own one, like I said before, but I got to play one and I got to spend a lot of time analyzing and just nitpicking at the controller. The the triggers, not cool. I don't know why they didn't make them pressure sensitive. They just made them, they're like analog. I don't know. It's not very cool. It's just one click. It's yeah. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Oh, hello, Gato. And I guess, yeah. So I got my rod from giving her the basket, and I got to catch a fish because I need that cat to go back into the shop and make the lady happy. I used to love fishing when I was a kid. My dad would take us like once a week or every other week. Yeah, once a week. And we did a lot of night fishing. It was a lot of fun. We didn't actually get to do a whole lot of fishing during the day because I don't think we have fishing license. I could be wrong, but you know what? I'm lying. I did have fishing license, but we were really young too, so maybe we didn't need a fishing license. I don't know. I'm trying to backpedal because I don't know if that's legal or not to talk about. But yeah, I remember we'd go out to these ponds. I live in California, so there's plenty of nature to be seen and all times of the year. So we'd always go fishing any time of the year, and it was awesome. And we would go night fishing a lot, and it was cool. And I'm tired, and I'm kind of just like mumbling, and I'm gonna stop that. But one time we went fishing at this pond, and it was actually attached to a camp. And my brother and I were probably about 8 and 9. And my brother was a lot smaller than me. I mean, now he's tall. Now he's a lot taller than me, but no, he's not that much taller. Just a few inches. But he used to be really small, and I used to always have to be his big brother, I guess. But we were fishing, and my brother actually caught a really big bass fish, and it was, I think, close to 12 pounds. And it was out of a small, not very small, it was out of a pond though. And it was really cool. Because there was nobody out there. It's dark. This is nighttime. And I don't remember if it was a full moon or it was a bright moon though. That's all I know. It might have been a new moon. You gotta watch out for those. And he got this giant 12-pound bass, and it brung him to his knees as he's reeling it in. And he gets it on shore, and he's still fighting it, trying to get it up. So I run up, and I pick it up, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's Basszilla!" And I was only like 8 or 9, so I just gave it some dorky name. I had to name it. We always had to name all the fish, and sadly, the only ones we named were the ones we kept. And if we kept it, that meant that we killed it. So yeah, needless to say, he was dinner, which isn't a bad thing. It was good. Yeah, so fish is good. And yeah, you can't go wrong. I was actually a vegetarian for about, I want to say 7 years. Close to 7 years. And it wasn't until around this, about a year ago, I'd say, I started eating fish again. And then I started eating chicken again. And I put the blame on my wife, but it was totally my decision. I'm the big man, so, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I guess it was, I don't really know. I didn't make really a decision to just say, "Oh, I'm gonna eat meat again," or I'm gonna continue not. I think what really made me want to eat fish again and sometimes chicken was that in my line of work, I'm away from home, and if you're a vegetarian, it's really hard, or vegan, it's really hard to stay on that strict diet if you have to eat out all the time. And in my line of work, for about a good month, we have about a month and a half worth of travel where we're out of town on a job, and we'll stay in a hotel, and the boss buys everything. So I'm not going to say, no, I'm not going to go eat there because they don't have vegetarian options or stuff like that. So that actually played a really big role in why I started eating fish and chicken again once in a while. It's not bad. I still don't like ground beef. It still grosses me out. Steak still grosses me out. Pork, freaking disgusting. Except for bacon always sounds good. Even though I don't eat bacon either because I know it's pork and it's just gross. Pork, it's fine, and they roll in mud and their own feces. Nothing about that sounds appetizing at all. Neither does a cow. And cows are ugly, and I feel sorry for them because they have to be bred just to die. And same thing with chickens. If I think about it too much, I just get weirded out. My kind of rule of thumb is that if I can kill it and cook it, I'll eat it. But if I can't kill it, I'm not going to eat it. So that's kind of my rule of thumb I like to go by. If I can kill it, I will eat it. But yeah, I can't kill a cow, and I couldn't kill a pig. So I won't eat it. And I think it's kind of a good rule of thumb to go by. Kind of keeps things in balance, because that's what everybody's life needs, a little bit of balance. Mine's a little bit out of balance right now because I play totally way too many video games and sit around way too often when I should be doing other things. But then again, what is there else to do? So I guess it's not that out of balance. And plus, it's not affecting me in any kind of bad way or anything like that. But back to this game. I don't know what I was doing last. And like I said before, I played this and I recorded it. And I plan on doing a kind of commentate as I play for the next, after I'm done uploading these, I think 2 hours worth of gameplay, then I will play and talk at the same time. We'll see how that goes. I have a headset. I don't really like the way the audio sounds on it, but I'll just make do. It might be kind of fun. I'd like to have my friends come and hang out with me and chit chat while I play this game because that's usually really fun to do. I like to hang out with people, and right now I'm not, so it is not as fun, but it's okay because I'm watching Zelda, and I like Zelda. And I got my... What did I get? What does this guy want? I know I got the rod. I need to get my slingshot on. Because these little kids want the slingshot. They want to see me do my slinging in action. Let's see. It's a spow. My nephew, he calls spiders spow. And one day, it's kind of mean, but one day I went over to the house, and it was before I knew what he called spiders. My sister, she we kind of like to scare each other. It's my fault, mine and my brother's fault. We used to scare my sister a lot when we were younger, like a lot. We would yeah, we'd play mean tricks on each other and do all kinds of stuff. We never wanted to like hurt each other or anything like that, but we would scare each other and get a laugh out of it, you know. No harm, no foul. But apparently we kind of passed the torch, and so my sister likes to do it to her child. And it's all fun and games. It's fun and it's funny. It's not in any kind of bad way where it hurts. I don't think. But my nephew, he's not afraid of spiders anymore. But at the time, he was kind of like, "Spow! Already spow, spow!" And I was like, "Spow? What's a spow?" My sister's rolling on the ground, just laughing because she has this fake spider, and he sees the fake spider, and he's like freaking out. He's like, "Spow, spow!" And so that's how I found out he was afraid of spiders, because he was saying spow. And yeah, poor guy. So now I call spiders spow, just to be kind of cute or something. I don't know. I don't really like to be cute, but it makes me laugh. And this makes me wish I had a slingshot. And it also makes me wish that I had played the Zelda... I don't know what it is. It's like an archery game. It looks kind of fun. I never read any reviews on it, and I never really hear anybody talk about it. So I wasn't sure if it was worth picking up, because at the time I don't think a new Zelda game had come out for the Wii that hadn't already come out for the GameCube. So the people that did talk about it were just like, "Oh, but it's not like an adventure game, it's just archery." And I don't know. I mean, if it's Zelda, it's probably going to be good. Mainly because it's Zelda and because Nintendo put it out. And Nintendo usually can't go wrong with any of the classics. Although they have disappointed with some of the 3D lineup and the DS lineup, which both have kind of disappointing lineups. It usually mainly caters to the casual, aka little kids. And so... yeah, not the greatest lineup. I don't particularly want to play Ben 10. I think it was the last game I tried to play. And, My Little Pony, or games such as that. I don't know. But they did come out with some cool Zelda games for the DS. I hope that they come out with some cool ones for the 3DS, not just a remake. The remakes are fun to play, and they did feel a lot better as opposed to playing on the N64. Ocarina of Time, a classic, obviously. Always fun to play. It was even more fun to play on the 3DS because you got to use the gyro, and it was in 3D, which was really cool. I know a lot of people complained about getting headaches and stuff like that. I didn't really ever get a headache. I held it like they said I should. I'm wondering if people just weren't holding it in the proper distance and using it in the way that they were supposed to. But I never experienced any kind of discomfort other than having to use the stylus and push the button at the same time, and you get that funky cramp in your index finger, in between your index finger and your thumb. Other than that, that's the only pain I felt from the 3DS, any kind of discomfort. But I really do hope that they come out with a Zelda game for the 3DS. I hear, supposedly, I heard this, I was watching this, I think it was Nintendo Fangirl. I was watching one of her videos and she was talking about Operation Moonfall, and that was people's attempt to get Majora's Mask onto the 3DS. Now, the Majora's Mask was fun for me, but very painful to play. It took me a long time to beat, and even that I don't even consider beating because I kind of tag teamed the game in like about a week and a half, and that was on and off of playing it. And so sometimes I would get frustrated with the game and I wouldn't even play it, and my friend would play it. And so when I got to a part where I knew I would have fun, I would jump back in and play. So we take turns beating the game or playing the game until we beat it. And that was really fun, and it's a really good story. So, I mean, I guess I wouldn't be disappointed if it came to the 3DS. I just don't want it to be the main focus point of them bringing back old classics and putting them in 3D. I don't have a problem with 3D, like I said, and I don't have a problem with classics. I just have a problem with them. When I say them, I'm referring to Nintendo. I have a problem with Nintendo using old material, old content, and trying to pass it off as new, and using that as an excuse not to have new IPs or or sequels to other games. I sometimes get frustrated, especially when I heard that they were considering making a 3D version of Link to the Past. Probably one of my all-time favorite games, just first of all, but I don't want to see it come back to a 3DS and 3D if that means that they're not going to be coming out with something new. I mean, I heard that also it was a rumor that it was going to be a sequel, but I find that very unlikely. If it was the case, that would be super awesome. And I totally forgot that you have to jump that with your horse. Obviously, you would have to have played this to know that. I did play it and I forgot. But it has almost been a year since I played this part, so. Ha ha ha. I don't know. But back to my stupid rant. Yeah, I guess I would just like to see more new games for the handhelds that Nintendo comes out with. I'm never really disappointed with their handhelds. I did wait for the handheld for a long time. I don't know, year and a half before I picked up a 3DS, just in hopes that the lineup would be better, and it was. I played Kid Icarus, Resident Evil Revelations, which I actually just read that is going to be coming out for the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox. And that is super awesome because that game is legit. If you like Resident Evil and you own a 3DS, that is a must-have in your collection because it is. And I'm not just saying this because I'm a Resident Evil fan. It seriously is probably one of the better Resident Evil games that has come out for a while, because the Resident Evil games, they're just, I don't know, they lost their magic, man. Like, it's not, I mean, it's fun, but it's not as fun as it used to be. I think it's the scariness, like the survival horror, just kind of like went away. And so I need some survival horror in my life to keep the fun going. But I have totally just gone on to different topics, and this video is about to be over. So if you guys enjoyed, hit the like button, leave some comments about our topics that I've been mumbling and jumbling about, and I'll catch you guys later.